Hi, my name's Jeff MacInnis, and I have lived in the town of the Blue Mountains for almost the last 5 years. I grew up here as a young person, ski racing on the weekends at Toronto Ski Club, and then ended up on the national ski team and racing in some World Cup downhills. Love this part of the world. After that, I led the first expedition to ever sail through the Northwest Passage. We used an 18-foot catamaran, trained in the Great Lakes here and Georgian Bay in the summer and the winter, and we've done stories with National Geographic and shot a lot of segments all over the world in different facets, and I just love nature, and I'm a really big believer that we need places like the Pretty River Park and its pristine water as it is, and I'm a huge believer that we don't need a pit so close to the edge of the border and down into the groundwater. We also trained there when we were racing in the Eco Challenge World Championships, 3 of them over a number of years ago. A couple of years ago, I had a chance to produce a video with Scott Thornton, former NHL hockey player and a great lover of the park as well. And very quickly, we had over 5,000 views on Facebook on that video alone. I'm about to introduce a video that Brian Hunt produced that literally less than a month ago, and it's had so far on Facebook 16,400 views and counting, and also 434 shares, which, you know, when people care about an issue, they share it, and very powerful. Lots of comments about how can I help, I really believe in what you're doing, and let's make sure people know that we need to keep the Pretty River as pristine as it is and avoid putting pits right next to it. So here's that video, and there's my thoughts on keeping the town of the Blue Mountains and the Pretty River pristine and beautiful as it is.
In our terminology, this is a journey that should never have begun. We are standing on a trail that leads off of Six Side Road into one of the many entrances of the Pretty River Valley Provincial Park. There is an application before the town of Blue Mountains to change the official plan to rezone for aggregate extraction. This was very upsetting to me, only because it was being butted right up against the Pretty River Provincial Park, and I saw the park as a real treasure in terms of what tourism dollars generate for the town of Blue Mountains, as well as Collingwood and surrounding areas. There's an existing pit now known as Gibraltar Sand and Gravel, and what they are applying as part of this application is to mine 150,000 tons below the water table. Common sense says you do not play with the water table. In terms of the major site here, right up against the Pretty River Provincial Park, they want to mine 2,700,000 tons. It would be a 60-year project, would affect 3 generations, operating 6 days a week. The repercussions are just insurmountable, from endangered animal species to endangered trees. For example, here we have the butternut trees, which is an endangered species. The application totally contravenes every element of the corporate strategic plan, from operating pillars to the mayor's statement to the sustainable path. As a result of the application, I am a co-founder of an association known as the Friends of the Pretty River Valley. Currently, we're working and reaching out to all the candidates that are running in the forthcoming election to find out what their position is in terms of protecting tourism, and it's incumbent on our political leaders to ensure that the park and the surrounding area is maintained for generations to come.